The reason why Adam was placed in the garden by God, God wanted him to guard it. Guard it. Protect the garden. From who? The devil had already fallen. The enemy was already around, desperately looking for space. And God gave Adam power to protect the garden, because that's the only place where order was concentrated. And God knew that the devil, when he sees order, he wants a space. He wants to get into your life today because there is so much order. Not because you are wicked, not because you are evil, not because you are disorganized, because you are the most orderly person that he has ever met. And because you represent the garden represents order. A snake was found in the garden. There was a snake. There were no two snakes in the garden. It wasn't 10 snakes in the garden. It was just one snake. You don't need a lot of enemies. You just need one snake. One snake in your life that you don't deal with properly will bring pain into your life. One snake can make you lose your garden. You don't need too many people talking to you. Just one wrong voice. One snake is enough. You give space to that one serpent, your good life becomes a miserable life. One friend, one relative, one boyfriend, one serpent, you can lose your garden. Space given to you by God must be protected, not by God, but by you. God was busy in heaven. Prophetically, he could see the devil sneaking into the garden, but he never stopped him. And when the conversation between the serpent and the woman was going on, God did not interrupt that conversation, because it is never his responsibility to protect your space. Your space must be protected by you. If you discover the devil in your garden, if you discover a serpent in your garden, I know what they say. Today they say you need to call the parks. You find a snake in your house, they say get your phone. If it's not charged, you put it on the charger first. If you don't have airtime, you leave the snake alone, you go into the street, get a juice card, so that you call somebody from the parks, so that he comes and he'll get rid of the snake for you. A snake in my house. Wow. They don't encourage you to kill the snake. Killing the snake, they say it's against the law. They have snakes more protected than your children. If I have to go to prison because I've protected my children, I will have to go to prison. If I have to call them, it will be so that they come and do the body viewing. That's my understanding, because a serpent, a snake, is a snake. No matter where you find it, it is a snake by nature. There is no environment that makes a snake a better snake. It is a snake by nature. A snake in the forest is a snake, and a snake in the house is a snake. A snake in the church is still a snake. Environment does not change the nature of a snake. I'm saying this because some of you, there are certain snakes you gave space to because you were thinking maybe the person is so rough like this because maybe if I can try to love him more, maybe if I can try to open more doors and accommodate this space. I'm saying environments can never change a snake. You say to yourself, let me just do more. Let me try my best. But understand that your best is not always the best to somebody. It doesn't matter how hard you try to somebody, you are yet to start. You haven't done anything as yet. It doesn't matter how much you give to people, they'll still say, how much is left? Imagine if he can give me so much, how much is left? You can never convert a snake. A snake will never become a bird one day, no matter what happens. All you can do is to protect your territory, make sure no serpent, no snake enters. And the only language that every snake understands, I've done a research, it's a stone. You pick a stone, that's it. Now I want you to that the enemy is going to try everything possible to get a place in your life, in your marriage, and in your business.
Muvenga chaedza nepese paanogona kuti awane nzvimbo muupenyu hwako, muwanano yako, mubhizimusi rako.
He wants a space in marriages, especially nowadays.
Anoda nzvimbo muwanano zvikuru sei mazuva ano.
Yeah. You really wonder why the devil is so much concerned about marriages.
Nozvibvunza kuti sei wakaipa aine hanya dzakadaro newanano.
And yet he doesn't have a wife.
Asi asina mudzimai.
He is teaching people on marriage.
Ari kudzidzisa vanhu nezvewanano.
Yet he has never been married.
Asi iye haana kumbobvira akawana.
At least with Jesus, we are the wife.
Kuna Jesu ndisu mudzimai wacho.
That's what the Bible teaches us.
Ndozvatinodzidziswa neBhaibheri.
Non-believers are not even married to the devil.
Vasingatendi havana kutombowanikwa newakaipa.
Why would the devil want space in marriages like this? Why is he so desperate to be accommodated in marriages?
Sei wakaipa achitsvaka nzvimbo muwanano saizvozvo.
Some few days ago, some of you probably you watched our president being interviewed on CNN.
Mazuva mashomanana apfuura vamwe vedu munofunga makaona mutungamiri wedu wenyika achibvunzurudzwa paCNN.
And there was this guy who was so aggressive, pointing his two little fingers at the president.
Pane muchinda wairatidza uturu chaizvo achinongedzera minwe yake miviri kune mutungamiri wenyika.
In the middle of an economic discussion.
Pakati penhau dzezvemari.
He gets into a question he thought was necessary.
Anopinda pamubvunzo waaifunga kuti une basa.
Talking to the Zimbabwean president, he had something that he thought was necessary, more important for Zimbabweans than our economy.
Achitaura nemutungamiri weZimbabwe ane chaaifunga kuti pane chinonyanyokosha kudarika mamiriro ezvemari munyika yedu.
What do you have to say about gay rights?
Unoti kudiko pamusoro pekodzero dzengochani.
Same sex. And in fact, he was calling it human rights.
Aitoti kodzero dzavanhu.
Personally, I believe in human rights, but the rights are supposed to be human.
Ndinotenda mukodzero dzevanhu, asi kodzero dzacho dzinofana kuti dzine hunhu.